Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. Well, as you can see, the Danny Masterson trial has finished with a hung jury and the judge has declared it a mistrial. Now, this is something I wasn't exactly prepared for. I didn't actually think this was going to happen. But when you actually have a look at what we got and how the jury were with each person, with each Jane Doe, with each count, it's quite shocking. So this is coming from Variety. The judge in the Danny Masterson trial declared a hung jury on Wednesday after the jurors said they could not reach a verdict on any of the charges. In a note to Judge Charlene Almeida, the jurors said we are not even close to coming to a unanimous decision on any count, and are convinced this will not change. Masterson, the former star of That 70s Show, was charged with 3 counts of this, relating to incidents involving 3 women from 2001 to 2003. The charges carried a potential sentence of 45 years to life in prison. The jury foreman informed the judge that they had taken 7 votes over the last 2 days and remained deadlocked on each charge. Now, this is the split. The split was 2 for guilty and 10 for not guilty on count 1, 4 for guilty and 8 for not guilty on count 2, and 5 for guilty and 7 for not guilty on count 3. Almeida declared a mistrial and set a retrial date of March the 27th. Now, that one there is quite a big one, you know, quite a big bit of information. Seeing that March 27th is that when they're going to put forward that they are going to do a retrial. With this, it'll be interesting to see how they go forward. I'm just trying to get a bit more information up here now for you. So, this is coming from Linda. Danny Masterson is still under bond. He's not been released. Obviously, March 27th is the tentative new trial date. It's still up to the prosecutor to decide whether if they want to go forward or not. So that's going to be interesting over the next couple of weeks to see how the prosecution move forward with this. But obviously, this is a huge thing because going into this, obviously with all the evidence and the things that came forward, it literally was just 3 people with a story and obviously their accusation. And with Danny Masterson as well, not actually testifying at his own trial. That one threw me, but it does happen. These things happen every day in other trials. But as you can see by here, going on, Deputy District Attorney Reinhold Muller indicated outside court that no decision will be made. It's a conversation we have to have with our office, Muller said. We're going to have a conversation with our witnesses and our victims. So, Masterson declined to comment outside the court. Philip Cohen, his defense lawyer, said that Masterson was feeling a lot of relief, though Cohen acknowledged there is a risk he could be tried again. Hopefully what the jury indicated in this case will be looked at by the district attorney's office. Cohen said, to hear 10 for not guilty, 8 for not guilty, 7 for not guilty speaks volumes. Cohen said he spoke with the jurors after the mistrial was declared and that the conversation was incredibly helpful and illuminating. He did not share details of what was discussed. Credibility truly is everything in this case, Cohen said, and I think the vote count speaks to that. 2 of the accusers issued a statement through their lawyers expressing disappointment in the outcome. We are obviously disappointed that, at least for the time being, Daniel Masterson has evaded criminal accountability for his deplorable acts, said the 2 women identified as Jane Doe 2 and 3. They were joined in a statement by another woman whose claims were not part of the trial and by the husband of Jane Doe 3. They said they intend to continue the fight. However, we are collectively resolved to continue our fight for justice, including in civil court, where we have alleged that Mr. Masterson, along with the Church of Scientology, its leader David Miscavige, and others conspired to systematically stalk, harass and intimidate us when we sought to shed light on his actions. The legal fight is far from over. It is critical that we reckon with Scientology's alleged role in covering up reports of this and doing this. Now, we've gone over certain things on this channel, not a lot in detail, but we have gone over a few things where we have spoken about teenagers, 14, 15 years of age. They're taken away from their families and they've been sent down to the Bahamas, down there, and and the Caribbean that way. And they have literally had to hand over their passports, their papers, and they basically became slaves. We even had Aaron on here on the channel. Aaron, growing up in Scientology, amazing man, great conversation we had, and he walked us through everything that happened. And it's kind of sad to see certain aspects of what they had to do. And seeing what this is going on now with this trial, or the mistrial, basically, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks to see how the prosecution plan to go forward. But getting back to the story, obviously it does say that they want to give our heartfelt appreciation to the victims for bravely stepping forward and recounting their harrowing experiences. The jury began deliberating after closing arguments on November 15th. On November 18th, the jurors informed Olmedo that they were deadlocked on all 3 counts. They instructed them to return after the Thanksgiving holiday and to keep deliberating. 2 jurors were excused on Monday after testing positive for the beer bug and were replaced with alternates. The jury was instructed to begin deliberations all over again. The new panel asked for readback of testimony from one of the accusers late on Tuesday. After hearing that testimony on Wednesday, they returned to the jury room. Now, it does go on to say about what he was accused of, which we've gone over all of this. And just to see that is kind of interesting. But is there any comments? No, there is no comments, as we can see on this article. That's what we got for that one by there, guys. It's interesting to see that this has actually ended up as a mistrial, because obviously a lot of people, myself included, I went into this, just because obviously there's stories, and when you hear about how Scientology runs their organization, basically their cult, you kind of go, well, actually, yeah, that seems a lot of sense, and most likely he did do it. And with how many people came forward as well. But to see that it was a hung jury and it was a mistrial, we're going to see something come out soon regarding, I think Scientology may have had something to do with this. But that's what we got there, folks. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future updates, and I will see each and every one of you soon.